So, hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub yesterday and also uploaded to Docker. This is a live test, and so I'm just gonna quickly, because hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub yesterday and also uploaded to Docker. This is a live test, and so I'm just gonna quickly, because hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub yesterday and also uploaded to Docker. This is a live test, and so I'm just gonna quickly, hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub yesterday and also uploaded to Docker. This is a live test, and so I'm just gonna quickly, hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub yesterday and also uploaded to Docker. This is a live test, and so I'm just gonna quickly, hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub yesterday and also uploaded to Docker. This is a live test, and so I'm just gonna quickly, hello everyone. I'm going to do a test today of the Grasshopper container that I uploaded to GitHub Here, compose up.
So let's put that.
This is the moment of truth, folks.
But I'm just going to be using ls. Now I might just look into here.
What should happen is everything should install, and I should be able to open gRSShopper on localhost in this case, but in my web browser. This is the moment of truth, folks. I should probably add that to the instructions, eh? That might work better. Sorry about that. I can't hear, right? I can't hear what my audio was like. So let's reload this and see if anyone's still watching after that. Yeah, we still got people watching. Okay, well, let me know in the comments if that's working better. And yeah, sorry about that. Or I may have just killed my audio. I don't know. It's because my audio input has been flaky. All right. Live stream. Okay, I can close this window. Good. All right. So sorry about that. I guess the feedback was coming from this. No, because I had that on mute. I don't know. I just don't know. All right. Let's go back to the other blowing up bit where I'm trying to get my single file. So what is the file? It's is it in here? No. I've forgotten where it is in my where did I download it from? I'm just using the up arrow to cycle through the commands that I've put in. It's in it, right? Of course. Where else would it be? Okay, good. Doctor. Downs, grasshopper, not there. Find. Okay, here we go. I'm in GitHub init. This is it. And download raw master. Let's try that. Copy link location. So let's go into cd init. Oh, I'm in it, right? Yeah, so let's remove this file. Yes. And now let's curl this. You see how it's raw, right? Output grasshopper-ple.sql. And now, there it is. Let's test and see if it's what I expect it to be. And it's not. You are being redirected. Oh my goodness. Why is this so hard? All right. This is what it looks like, or what it's supposed to look like. This is the actual raw GitHub user content. Okay. I don't know why it redirects you, but okay. Well, again, because you're supposed to clone all of this stuff and not just download it. And you know, this is all stuff that shouldn't be done this way necessarily. Okay, never mind. So let's remove existing file. Yes. Curl the new URL. Output. And now I want it to go into Grasshopper cle.sql. There it is. Now let's more. See if that's what I really got one in there. There we go. Okay. So I'll have to correct those two URLs in the Docker file, or in the Docker instructions. Control C. All right. So now let's CD back up. Now, having replaced those two download files, go back to, never mind, I'll just do it like this. Docker compose up. Second moment of truth. And I hope my audio is working better. Let's take a quick look. Well, yeah, I guess everybody's left. Well, I still have two people. So thanks for hanging in there. I guess you just turned off your audio. And my short video is now up to 20 minutes. Something like that. Never mind. We're almost done. Okay. Docker compose up. Moment of truth. Error. Okay. Yeah, because that's probably because I cut and pasted in nano and error while parsing a block marking, expected block end, but found scalar. What it found is a space where it shouldn't have found a space, is basically what it found. So see it. This looks fine. Looks perfect, in fact. But somewhere in there, there's a tab or a space or something. So what I'm going to do is I'll remove this. And I'm going to curl it directly from the source because the source works. Because I've tested it. So, Grasshopper. Where's my file? Docker compose. Raw. Copy this URL. This is the file. This is the one that has worked. Now, if I simply copy this, it should work. So curl, and then output Docker compose YML. Okay, let's check that. All right. Let's try running it again. Aha, here we go. So now it's pulling the images and it's downloaded them, extracting the data. Now it's pulling from the other image, MySQL. Oh, the add miner is a little image that I just added in to the cannot locate specified Docker file. Docker file. Why? Why should it be pulling from the Docker file at all? Probably shouldn't be. More. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Right. I think I see what's happened. Okay. Yeah. So I'm actually trying to build. This one is actually building. Well, that doesn't seem to me to be the Docker YML that I expected it to be. Docker compose YML that I expected it to be. Let's go back into the original source. So, Docker file. Come on, where are you? There you are. Yeah. Yeah, I think I know what's happened. Oh, wait, that's the Docker file. Docker compose image. Yeah, it's still the build version. Okay, so I've confused this build version with the test version. So let's fix that. Rename Docker compose with build. And that'll probably render it unable to work. But I'm going to go to another directory where I tested this all. Open folder. Test2. Select folder. This is the other Docker compose. So I'm going to copy this. Copy. I'll go back into the original directory, which is Grasshopper. Whoops, silly me. Select folder. And I'll paste. Paste. Oh, come on. Paste? Come on. I want to just paste it in there. I should be able to just right click and get paste, but for some reason I'm not. Go all the way down to the bottom, just try Control V. There it is. A little glitch, I think, in the user interface in Visual Studio Pro. Okay, so that's created a change, or should have created a change. So I'll put that up in the GitHub. So let's go to source control. There's the Docker compose and the other one. So new Docker compose for image only. Commit. Push to the repository. Alright, so if we look in GitHub now, in my Grasshopper repository in GitHub now, oh, it's Docker Hub, silly. Is this it? No, it's still Docker. Come on, Steven, where's your GitHub? Here we go. Grasshopper, gonna refresh, probably don't need to. But now, see, here's with the build and docker compose.yml. So, all right. Let's go back to reclaim and we'll repeat our steps. So I'm going to remove docker compose. And then I'm going to download it again. Should be the same URL, right? Pretty sure it will be. I'm not going to check. Live dangerously. All right. Let's have a look at it. Okay. So here's Grasshopper. Now I'm pulling the image markdowns/grasshopper. So, and I'll make sure, oh, now I have tested this image. And let's just have a look. This is in fact what I have here. So let's see if it works. Docker compose up. Trying it again. Unsupported config option for services, DB data, and networks gRSS. Worked fine on my machine. Don't even have a config option. There should be a version number at the top. Shouldn't there? There should. If we look at my other Docker file, or my other Docker compose file, let's find that. Yeah, there it is. See version 3 and then services, but this one doesn't have the version. Nope. Let's try putting that in. It might just be that my system at home assumes version 3 and this system on Reclaim doesn't. So how was that exactly phrased? Well, you're getting a bit of a this is definitely going into Stephen Follow's instructions, even though it's my own bad instructions. Version, colon, and then 3 in quotation marks. Colon, and then 3 in quotation marks, and space. Let's try that. Yeah, I liked that. Okay, so that's what the problem was. So here we go. It's downloading like crazy, and it'll do that for a little while because it's a pretty big image. Don't know why it's so big, because it's only Perl code and the Apache server. But I imagine I could clean that up and make it smaller. While we're downloading, let's see if there's anything else. No, we're sitting at 2 people watching. Cool. Guess I should have recorded the audio on a separate track using my phone, and then I would have it, and I could dub it into the video, but no, I didn't do that. All right, back to Reclaim. Okay, so it did all its downloading, ran the image, initialized the database files. Now what it does is it starts up a temporary server, does all the configuring, shuts down the temporary server, then runs the initialization script, and then we're ready for connections. So finally got it so that it installs properly, and again I'll correct those things on the Docker web page. So what should happen now, let's just bring this back down now a bit. Okay, so this is where I am here, and now I'm going to go up here I should be able to open in browser. Now what should happen is Grasshopper should run. Are you ready? Okay, this is normal. Do not panic. It's because Grasshopper is running on SSL, secure sockets layer. So it's using HTTPS, but it's a self-signed certificate. Later on, I'll use something like Let's Encrypt or something like that. But for now, self-signed certificate. So, but I'm the person who sent this, so I'll accept the risk. And here we have the startup screen. Yay! Running in Reclaim. And now I'll set things up by running the server test. Still lots of things could go wrong. All right, the database connected. See, I've got an extra content type up there, which I shouldn't have, but okay. Testing user authentication. So let's create a user. Could be anything, doesn't matter what I call it. It's going to be my admin user, the person who runs this thing. So I'm going to create. Great. Profile made. Now I can log in. I'm going to log in. I have logged in. Now I can try my new PLE. Welcome to Grasshopper. So we're up, we're running, it does stuff. There's still a ton of bugs I need to fix past this point, but all of the major elements are there. Here's my reader. There's nothing to read yet because I haven't run the harvester. Here's making things. So here are, I preload a bunch of pages. So here are the pages, including a lot of instructions and that's all in these pages. I can take any of these pages. Let's go with Grasshopper About. Okay, so here's just a plain About page for Grasshopper. I can read it here. It's not the greatest read in the world, but let's go to that page. I should be able to publish that page. Published the page, and now it should be live on the web. I'm going to right click and open in a new tab. And there's my page. Notice all you saw here, and this is, I think, interesting. This is the page content. It's actually in a thing called Control X. Well, you can't see it. Oh, that's too bad. There we go. It's in a thing called page code. And the reason why I called it that is because there's all kinds of code that we can put in here that actually creates the pages. And some of that is evident here where we've got the header, the contents. Now, none of these pages will work yet because I haven't published them. But once I publish them, they would work. Come back in here, the page can be automatically published. This is a toggle, a yes-no thing, right? Yes, no. Again, I need to do some formatting work, and can be auto-published weekly, daily, hourly even. Can be cloned, and I'll make a new page out of that. But the idea is that if I have a page with changing content, it automatically publishes. This one has static content always. It's the same content, so there's no point automatically republishing it. Wouldn't make a difference if I did. Now, right now, I should point out, cron is not working yet. That's what I've been working on for the last week and a half or so. So this auto-publish doesn't work yet. But once I have cron working, it'll be another part of the image in Docker Compose, a separate image in Docker Compose. Then the auto-publish will work. There's another thing with pages while we're in here. Any page can be a newsletter. And there are different types of newsletters, but here we have, you can enable newsletter subscriptions, automatically send them, even automatically have people subscribe to them. Here are the days of the week you can choose to send your newsletter, and you can even set the hour and the minute. There's information about the page. Oh, I think I showed you that. Preview, you can view it in the page preview window, and this is the rest of the edit. There is an error here, and I'm not sure. You can't really see it because it's just simply not there, but this should actually be giving you a choice between whether it's a regular email newsletter or a MailChimp newsletter, because I do have a connection to the MailChimp API, but something to look at. So all of this is stuff I can make. I can make a new feed. There's none listed, and in fact the list, you can see that's not working very well, but I can make a feed. New feed, and the main element of the feed is the feed link for harvesting. News OL daily .xml. This could be any RSS feed. So that's the URL for my own personal newsletter RSS feed. It's an RSS2 feed. It won't matter if you don't get this right. It'll figure it out on its own. I'll approve my feed. I know this doesn't change. It should. And if I reloaded this whole thing, it would. Let me show you that. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. Crap. I'm not going to be able to view my feed, I don't think. List feed. Yeah. Oh, well, there it is down there. But this is part of the JSON work that I've been doing, and obviously my template isn't working. So, okay, I can't reload this, but to view it, but trust me, it has changed to green. And so then there's the harvester. Here's the harvester. I can turn it on. If I turn it on, then I can specify an interval, how often it runs. I can decide this is for Ed Radio, which will be another one of those images. I'll do audio harvesting. That actually all works, and we can even see the results here in Listen once it's working, or once you're actually harvesting some audio files. And I should be able to just harvest a feed. There's OL Daily. I'll harvest it. Notice the A, that's the equivalent to the green button. I'll harvest it, and I've got an error. That's too bad. Like I say, lots of bugs. Can't use defined array. Isn't that on? So I probably don't have anything to read. Oh well, I'll have to fix that. Like I said, lots of bugs still, right? Which is weird because I've been running this software for my newsletter for decades, and yet it's still full of bugs. How can that be? A lot of that is caused by the fact that I'm writing it in this Docker image to run anywhere instead of on my specific system. So I've introduced a bunch of bugs doing that. Now I'm going through Grasshopper and fixing them one by one. Very quick look at some other options. Here's my newsletters, just general newsletter stuff. Users. Now, I'm sort of switching over from Grasshopper being a multi-user system in the sense that I have people who are members of a community. This is all in an effort to make this a distributed community, and each person has their own. I'll still allow multiple people to run an instance of Grasshopper, so you can have a course team offering a MOOC, for example. But I'm not going to have, the idea where someone would log in, some other person would log in to my Grasshopper site and be a user as opposed to me who's an admin. That's a centralized model, and I'm moving away from that. Still, permissions, and this is going to be important for the API setup, because I want to be able to expose any of these things, right? Boxes, chats, courses, events, feeds, whatever. Logs. Cron log will not be there because cron is not running. General stuff, don't mess with this. Database stuff. So here's all the different tables. I can back up my database or any individual table, and this will also allow me to share tables. I can import and export data from the table, and that's it. There's probably more, but you'll see that I can actually go in and edit a table. Like, for example, let's do this. We'll go into page. See, now this is the form manager for the page table. The form manager is what defines what the edit form looks like. And then here's the table itself, and that will look pretty familiar to people who have their own database systems. It allows you to define all of the different fields in the database in this particular table, the values, the defaults, whatever. Mostly people won't use any of this. Mostly it'll all be predefined, but the idea here is to give direct, it's very fine, detailed, fine-grained control over how an individual instance of Grasshopper runs and functions. And you might be saying, but Stephen, that means people might format their data differently, and what does that do for interoperability? And my answer is, if it's formatted differently, it makes interoperability different, right? You might not get what you're expecting from someone else, but it also allows people to define their own way of interoperating. Two earth scientists, for example, could create a table called rocks, define all the element of rocks, and share rock data with each other. And I don't know of any other system that allows you to do that. Content constructor kit in Drupal sort of allows you to do that, but it's not built in, and it's like that functionality doesn't carry over to everything else in Drupal. And also, it ends up making 2, 3, whatever separate database access requests for every single record that it accesses, because there's the core information and then whatever was created by the content constructor kit. Anyhow, what else have we got? Open reader. Oh, this is discontinued. Never mind. This is the reader. And there's still nothing there. Find, I'm working on, but find data, jobs, courses, whatever stuff you can import into Grasshopper. Listen, of course, is Ed Radio. Listen to your podcasts. List is whatever you last listed, and then all your personal stuff. Most interesting, you can set up all of your social networks, and it'll connect with them. And again, I don't see the there's the MailChimp stuff. This will get longer over time. Anyhow, lots of bugs, but I do have it working, and I have it working in such a way that minimally right now you can run it as a website, and even a newsletter tool, but get this harvester going properly, get cron going properly, and all of a sudden we're going to have a really powerful tool that anybody can run. Well, see, I haven't even it's still 1382. Did I spend a cent maybe doing this? I forget what it was off the top of this video, but it's that cheap to run on Reclaim, and also would run on DigitalOcean, Amazon, Azure, Google Cloud, any place that supports a Docker environment. So that's it. That's my test. It's up. It runs. I've got bugs known and new. I have to correct the information in that Docker documentation, but it does work. Yay! Sort of blew stuff up, but still managed to pull off a landing. I'm pretty pleased. Talk to you all later. That's it for this broadcast. I'm Stephen Downs, which you probably knew. Still at two viewers, so cool. Stream Health 11. That's probably not good. All right, gonna say bye. Bye.